Your girl Liv Morgan just made a disgusting confession in this video. I'm going to tell you exactly what she had to say because Liv Morgan and the Revenge Tour, well, it is full steam ahead. Hey, y'all, I've been covering pro wrestling professionally for the last 10 years for some of the biggest wrestling news sites out there, and I have been able to follow the journey of Liv Morgan, and what a journey it has been. Look at just the last 6 months of her WWE career, and I think that backs up that statement. We have gone from someone who was on the sidelines due to an injury. She suffered a shoulder injury last summer due to a spot in a barricade on an episode of Monday Night Raw. She was taken out, written off television by our girl Rhea Ripley, and she was sidelined for several months, and she lost several months of her career, right? But then when she returned at the Royal Rumble, she got a big ovation. She got a big pop. And I think that was really the turning point for Liv Morgan, because we all know that she has this unbelievable connection with the fan base, a very supportive and emotional fan base in that. And if you look at what they've done with her, they've slowly built up her character to the point where she is today. Now, obviously, original plans had to change because she was originally supposed to feud with Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title coming out of WrestleMania 40, an event in which Liv wasn't even booked for, right? But unfortunately, in a backstage segment, Rhea got injured, suffered an AC joint sprain in her shoulder, and is on the sidelines with her return down the road. Now, what they did was they pivoted in the right way. They put the title on Becky Lynch in a Battle Royale. Then they put Becky in a feud with Liv Morgan. Liv not only won the championship from her in Saudi Arabia, they also started to establish a very interesting storyline with Dominic Mysterio. Then they had Liv retain the championship 2 nights later on an episode of Monday Night Raw inside of a steel cage over Becky Lynch, in which was Lynch's swan song because she didn't re-sign. And now she's taking time off. Now we're doing this very edgy, sexy storyline where Liv is trying to take away Dominic from Rhea Ripley, right? And Judgment Day is like, what are you doing? And it's insane. Like, you wanted the Attitude Era back. By God, you got it. And it's so much fun to see what they've been able to do with Liv Morgan and give her new life and give her new spirit. Because for a while there was a lot of ups and downs because WWE, well, they were very inconsistent with Liv. 1 minute they were giving her a strong push, and all of a sudden it just stopped. And it wasn't even just a Vince McMahon thing. It was also a Triple H thing. But they've set the foundation, and I think they built the foundation when she returned at the Royal Rumble. And it's like, oh, okay, this girl's different. They see that she's different. She's unique. Let's do something with her. And then, Becky Lynch is gone, and Rhea Ripley is gone. And you look at that Monday Night Raw roster, and it's like, well, let's give Liv a shot at this. And she's been able to feud with those two talents. Two of the biggest stars that WWE has, not only in the women's division, but also in the entire company. So, with that being said, let's discuss today's topic, because wrestling is a very interesting spot where things can happen. You're on the road a lot. You're traveling with the same people. It's a contact sport. It doesn't matter, whether you feel great that day or you're horrifically ill. You're usually going to have to wrestle. Well, Liv Morgan did a recent interview that I thought was quite interesting, and I wanted to share here on the channel. Because going back to her initial days, she used to team up with Sarah Logan. And while appearing on Open Thoughts, she was asked whether or not she's ever farted during a WWE match. Now, Liv Morgan says that she hasn't. However, Sarah Logan, a.k.a. Valhalla, well, she's passed some gas in her time. She said, no, but my gosh, Sarah, sorry, I love you, but I had a tag team partner, Sarah. I was in a tag team called the Riot Squad, and she would fart in the ring all the time. It stinks, but you have to kind of just not react to it. But it's like disgusting, you just keep moving forward. She continued, I'm not farting in the ring, but I've been farted on in the ring. You can get it spit on. A lot of things happen in the ring. People poop, end quote. Okay, well, that was a little TMI, but I thought it was interesting, and I think that you have to, okay, for anyone who's actually been to a wrestling event, it's like no other, right? I went to a Dynamite here in Tulsa a few months ago. I'm attending a SmackDown in August when they come to town, and I look forward to that. But like, going to a wrestling event is so different. The energy that you get when you walk into an arena is like no other. You can feel it, right? I took my wife and we were walking, and there's no other place where you go into the bathroom, you go to a stall, and next to you is a guy dressed up as MJF, right? With the scarf and the shirt and everything like that. And he's like, "Oh, hey, bud." And so it's like, there's nothing else like it. And when you're walking in the, where you can get your food and you look at merchandise, it's like you just see all these characters and they're just dressed up. And then you go into the arena and you can feel that electricity before the show starts. And the anticipation for the show starting is like no other. And when you're during the show, it's like you are transported into this different portal that is just like no other, right? Pro wrestling is beautiful in that sense. But then you're watching a match and it's like, people are going through stuff. They're dealing with illnesses. They're having a bad day, right? Maybe they lost their luggage, but then they just put on this shine and they act like nothing else matters, right? I've always respected that. I've also respected actors for being able to do so. I just think that it's quite interesting how they're able to just put things aside and push forward and do their job. And whether that's farting in the ring or being farted on, I don't care if it's your best friend or not, you're probably going to take a little bit of issue with that. And going back even to the Riot Squad days, this was really before, Liv got her SmackDown Women's title run, and obviously now her Raw Women's title, or Women's World Championship, run. The Riot Squad was interesting. I've never been a huge Sarah Logan fan. I could take her or leave her. But, like, you look at Ruby Riott and what she's been able to do in WWE. I thought she had a solid WWE run. I think she's having a solid AEW run. I think she's not used as much as she could be in AEW. Obviously, she's on the sidelines pregnant right now, and congrats to her. And her fiance, I think it is, who's also an AEW wrestler, but his name slips my mind. Parker, I think. Parker or something. And so you look at that program, or if you look at that group, I think it was interesting. I think they could have done a lot more than what they did. But for what they did, it was a solid role, right? And they found success. I always think back to like Ruby Riott's run in WWE and her feud with like a Ronda Rousey or someone like that. Interesting. An interesting group with an interesting look. So let me know down in the comments there below, what do you think about Liv Morgan's comments? And I will see y'all in the next video.